Yeah, everyone
All
else
right,
can do.
do you have any problems with the fact that Gaolang can hurt Waka?
Yes,
Okay, what's your problem with it?
he can't hurt Waka easily.
Okay,
Easily
you
can't
aware
hurt him.
you aware you aware of the fact that Kano was able to damage Waka,
You
and then
mean 8 years ago?
yeah, can you quantify how much stronger he got?
Enough where people relative to Kano in Ashura can't hurt him that much.
That's not qualification. You gave me that's not a quantification. A quantification is like a number, because if you just give me a say, oh yeah, I think this, that's just the thought, an assumption, so I'm going to dismiss it. So if you can't prove that he got stronger to the point that Kano can no longer hurt him, I would just dismiss it.
So I need a number to prove it.
Yeah, you need a quantification. Otherwise, you would just be giving me a qualification, and I can just dismiss that qualification
Well,
because you can't prove it.
Gaolang can hurt Waka then, sure.
Okay. So then, do you agree that Gaolang is also better, like in hand to hand?
At striking, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great, and you know that full contact karate is a striking sport, correct?
Yeah.
So he would just be like his boxing would be superior to Wakatsuki's full contact karate,
Yes.
and then he would just lock him down to the point where he can't do anything that Gowling doesn't want him to, in a similar vein to what he did to Kano.
Well, how's
And
he
he would just
gonna
box him
lock him
into
down
oblivion.
to start with?
He's just gonna keep boxing him until he can't do anything. We've already agreed that he can hurt him, so he would just box his head off.
Well, define hurt. Like, is he going to one tap him or just punch him to get
There,
him away
he's
from him?
gonna he can hurt him. Like all I prove is that he can hurt him. So I would just apply
Yeah, but what
that
do
he
you
would
mean
just
by
beat on
can he
him.
hurt him? Like, can you make him bleed? Can
Like,
you make him like stop it pushing forward or what?
well, he was able to. Well, Gao Ling was able to straight up knock out Kano, who's able to hurt people like Wakatsuki.
Well, he
So I would
knocked him out for
assume
a
that he's
split
able to.
second. It's not like he
But
was
he's
on the ground.
yeah, but he still knocked him out, right?
Yeah.
So that means that he would also have the capacity to knock out Wakatsuki because they're able to hurt each other to the point where Wakatsuki lost the fight. So if he can knock out someone
Well,
who
the
can
way Kano
injure,
hurt Waka is different to the way Gaolang hurt Kano.
okay, so he was able to injure him to the point where he had a leg injury, correct?
Yes.
So he was able to like draw blood, fuck up his muscles, different things like that, correct?
Well, we see the leg injury. I don't know about draw blood or fuck up his muscles. Like on his
Well,
ankle,
what's
he attacked his
yeah?
ankle.
What is his ankle injury? What is it?
Like, what is it? So I don't know, like a fucking broken ankle, some shit.
Okay, so he can break Wakatsuki's bones. He's able to put down so much force that Wakatsuki's muscles aren't able to cushion his bones. So that's me directly telling you
Well,
what
do you
someone
have
like Kano can do
muscles
to him.
on your like ankle joint?
Yes, you have tendons around your ankle. Yes.
No, all right.
Yeah. So that means that Kano is able to bypass that and break the bone beneath. And Gao Ling knocked him out. So he definitely has what it takes to just knock out Kano in a similar way. He was also strong enough to like I think his third blow broke Kano's ribs, and then the fifth blow after that broke his like forearm. Like, but like it's a crack like sound effect on both of those impacts. And then it's also stated that when Gowling starts using his Muay Thai that he could just break down Kano at any point. Like even Kano's body, while using indestructible, would be was gonna get his bones broken.
Mm-hmm.
And Kano's indestructible should be at least relative to, if not superior to Oma's, because indestructible is just tightening up your muscles. And Kano is much more muscular. He's heavier and has more mass than Oma does by like a pretty wide margin. I think what is Oma like 5'10", 5'11"?
Something like that. But by
And
that,
and
like
Kano is like
body,
6'5" or some shit.
yeah, Waka's a lot bigger or a lot heavier than what Kano is.
Right, but all I'm saying is that Kano's regular blows, his muscles have enough force to be able to exert enough energy to bypass Waka's muscles and break the bone beneath. and even with indestructible, which should increase his muscles' ability to withstand force. So that would already be greater than what he applied to Wakatsuki to break his ankle and keep him, because he's fucked up even 10 years later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so even hard enough to fuck him up like permanently. and he tightened up his muscles to be able to withstand more force. And Gaolang still hit his arms so hard, right? That he couldn't punch as hard. Like after that point, like they were like even like indestructible wasn't strong enough to withstand the force of Gaolang's blow. So that means Gaolang's able to just throw out jabs like that. Or no, I think that was a hook, excuse me. Able to throw out hooks like that, which would be able to easily break Waka's ribs. Or like his jabs would also have the capacity to just knock Wakatsuki out.
Well, you said he's like if you were to attack his ribs or something like that. We've seen like Oma, for example, try to attack Waka's like organs and do nothing to him by doing that. For example,
That would
like
just mean that Gaolang is stronger than him.
well, can he prove that he's stronger than Oma?
I just did.
Or by the Kano?
By the Kano scaling, we've seen Oma fight Kuroki, who wasn't doing the same type of damage as Gaolang was. He wasn't like destroying. Like I think the only time he destroys a bone is through Kano using Dragon Shot and him reflecting it. I think that's the only time he like breaks any of Kano's bones. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not super familiar with.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that's the only time Kuroki breaks his bones. Meanwhile, Gaolang is just throwing out jabs or excuse me, I think both times his hooks are the things that break Kano's bones. So he would just be physically superior to Oma. He also has a similar like concrete shattering feat to Waka. And he's holding himself back against Kaneda, and he leaves like a massive hole in the floor, throwing a punch from a disadvantageous position.
Well, would you say
so? All that
Gaolang's hooks, you said, was these things that broke
his
Kano's
hooks
bone?
are like
yeah.
you
say his hooks are stronger than a iron breaker kick, which is 3 times stronger than a strike.
Yeah, if it's only 3 times stronger than a strike, like what is that?
At least 3 strike. Well, anyone.
Yeah, that's Dave.
It's stated in the series that pretty much human legs are 3 times more powerful than the arm. So a kick would be 3 times more powerful by default.
Okay, so more powerful than the person throwing it, right? But yes. I've already proven that Oma should, or that Gaolang should be able to just his hook should be able to take him out. Like when he goes to throw a kick, what stops him from stopping that kick from even happening, like he does with Kano? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you're arguing that Waka's kicks are more skilled than the kicks thrown from Kano. You know what I mean?
No,
which wouldn't really.
I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, so Gaolang would just knock him out. Knock him out or just break his bones.
Yeah, I think you got me there.
All right, good debate.
Yes, sir. Feels bad.
Bro, it's all right. Listen.